Speaker.
I call the Honourable Annette King.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Labor has and will and continues to support the Mount Maunganui Borough Reclamation and Empowering Act Repeal Bill in the name of Tūroa Flavel, and we too once again want to congratulate him on bringing this bill to the House and for supporting the people in his area in advocating for them for the repeal of an out-of-date and unnecessary act. I know that he has put a lot of work into it and has a lot of support from his area to bring the bill to the House and to see its passage. And it's not very often, unless you are a member and a minister in a government, that you do get to see a bill in your name that then goes on to the statutes book, and you're there hopefully for many years to come. This bill is about repealing the Mount Maunganui Borough Reclamation and Empowering Act of 1975, and it was an act that gave the Bay of Plenty Harbour Board the authority to transfer part of the seabed of Tauranga Harbour to the Mount Maunganui Borough Council and authorised the council to undertake reclamation of that part of the harbour for sewerage and other municipal purposes. We're told that the council reclaimed less than half of the area, and the authority to undertake the reclamation of the balance was revoked by the enactment of the Foreshore and Seabed Endowment Revesting Act. So what it actually now means that the Mount Maunganui Borough Reclamation and Empowering Act has no substantive legal effect. So in other words, we don't need it. And I agree with the comments made by Nick Smith, and I don't often agree with him, but I do agree that we ought to get rid of unnecessary acts that don't serve any purpose. And if Sir Geoffrey Palmer was here, he would be applauding, because one of the things that he firmly believed in was going through many of our old statutes, tidying them up, rewriting them, and getting rid of out-of-date statutes. I was interested to hear of the history that surrounded this particular piece of legislation, and realised when I listened to Tūroa Flavel, who gave us a very comprehensive history of what had happened in this Tauranga area, but also to Nana Mahuta and Shane Jones, that what had happened in the harbour of Tauranga had been of great importance to Maori and had great effect on Maori, and they had long advocated for there to be a change in what was going on within the harbour. This was a very, very sacred piece of land for them, or area for them. And I thought it was interesting to read Shane Jones, or in fact I did hear Shane Jones' speech at the time, and he did say it is very important to acknowledge the place of iwi in this, the importance to Maori, but he said there are two things to be borne in mind. You need to be sensitive to the claims and concerns for ancestral land, but you had to bear in mind that no city, no country and no nation can advance itself in the absence of an evolving, improving civil infrastructure, which is what will arise out of what's going on between Tauranga and iwi. And so that collaboration that Tūroa Flavel talked about between iwi and the local government, I think is really important. And I would like to see more of this sort of collaboration around New Zealand between local governments. I know there are many very, very good local governments who are prepared to work collaboratively and closely with Maori, and they have benefited from that. They get to make good decisions. They get to examine decisions that if they hadn't consulted could have led to greater problems for them and greater cost. But when they have involved iwi and they have collaborated and worked through issues, often issues that they weren't necessarily aware of, may not have been aware of the history of an area, when they have done that, they have found that it has been to the benefit not only of iwi, but for their whole area, for their local government area, and for the people who live in it. So, Mr Speaker, we don't wish to prolong this bill. We support it. We congratulate the member who has brought it here, and we wish for its speedy passage.
I call the honourable member Jack